What is going on, YouTube? This is Jim back with another video. Sad news today. You guys know I'm a huge Halo fan. I'm always wearing Halo shirts. I love Halo 5. This comes out today of the 2018 Halo eSports update by Tashi, who is their eSports manager. And it talks about Halo 5 eSports and beyond. Well, if you haven't seen the title of the video already, look up. I'm going to read most of this in its entirety because it's important. And then I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what I think about it. After 3 years of tournaments, unbelievable moments and matches, and more than 6 million awarded, the Halo Championship Final 2018 at DreamHack Atlanta will be the final official Halo 5 eSports tournament for the Halo Championship Series, though competitive Halo will continue in brand new ways. We're thankful to all the amazing players, teams, and fans that have invested so much in supporting Halo 5 competitions to help us continue the growth of Halo eSports together. I'm going to scroll down to what's next. There are two initiatives that they're talking about. The first, grassroots. Later this year, we're kicking off a program to support grassroots tournaments and content creators across all Halo titles. And we'll have full details to share at DreamHack Atlanta. We believe that Halo eSports is only as successful as a community and foundation it's built upon. And investing in grassroots is an important part of setting that foundation in the future. Stay tuned. We're excited to share more information next month, including how you can get involved to play, watch, and apply. And now the other part of that is the Halo Master Chief Collection. With recent updates and improvements to the Master Chief Collection, and even more future work underway, there's a renewed sense of excitement and reinvigoration for these games, particularly with Halo 3. We're excited to support the 2v2 showdown at DreamHack Atlanta and would like to continue to deliver similar experiences in the future. The scope and specifics of potential MCC competitive offerings will be largely dependent on how well the 2v2 performs in terms of participation and viewership. We're eager to kick this off and we'll be keeping a close eye on the community response as to whether we continue and to evaluate plans and opportunities for the MCC moving forward. Finally, no news about Halo Infinite other than we will wait until the time is right to share more on the game, and we want to remind folks that there will be a community flighting program. So very similar to Master Chief Collection, they will start bringing people in to start shaping that experience when they're ready. Man, what a bummer. What a complete letdown for so many reasons. You know, Halo 5 story, clearly very, very polarizing from who you ask. Some people loved it, some people hated it. Okay. Halo 5 competitive multiplayer, universally accepted and praised and loved. Yes, some of the pros did complain about things like how far the radar pings were and Spartan abilities and Spartan charges and ground pounds and that sort of thing. And 343 has done an amazing job in segregating very specific pro-only playlists and pro-only rules, whether you start with an AR or a BR or just a Magnum. They've really refined a lot of that. They've taken out Promethean grenades. They've taken out certain power weapons, replaced them with other ones. There's been a lot of response to that. And I think 343 has done a really good job about that. As a huge fan of Halo eSports, as somebody who watches all the eSport tournaments when they come on, even the ones in Australia and London, so I'm staying up late at night. The guy who went to the Orlando tournament and absolutely loved it. I'm very, very disappointed and sad. Yes, the numbership and the total the total numbers of people viewing it has gone down. Yes, of course. The game is older. People have an attention span of a flea. This is just reality. This is the world we live in. We're always on to the next exciting new thing. It's very hard to have a diehard passion for a game that was already segregating the fan base from the beginning based on the story. So, again, I know story and multiplayer are different, but Halo 5 has a stigma about it because of that. And that's unfortunate for the Halo esports community because there is a lot of that carries over. when you have games like Fortnite and the new Call of Duty, Blackout, and PUBG, and Red Dead coming out very, very soon, that's going to have a very vibrant online experience, people's time is limited. And it makes sense that Halo is not the most desired and the most exciting game anymore, even if there's guys like me who collect all the merchandise and are super fan obsessed with it. That part of me is very disappointed. Obviously, you could see it in my face. You could see it in my mannerisms. What I'm really upset about, though, is this path forward that they've laid out. And I understand that nothing rules or lives forever, and eventually games have to give up the ghost to the next game, and I do understand that. The problem is, if Halo Championship Series is not rooting for itself, and it is not promoting its brand, who is? I'm not going to go out there and start up these grassroots Halo tournaments. I'm just going to play quick matches on my couch like I do all the time. Now, if the Microsoft Store continues to expand and build upon what the Halo community tournament is, hey, that's great, but let me tell you, those turnouts, at least in Orlando, are very, very poor. I went to one with Brent a long time ago, and there were not many people there. The grand prize was not really that great. And it didn't really feel like Microsoft was investing in that. And this is a half-assed attempt again to me, this whole grassroots thing, like, oh, it's going to continue. There's always going to be those 2 or 3 freedom fighters, those 2 guys that, play until the servers are finally pulled, and, they're going to play until the lights go out for the final time. I'm not talking that it's not a nice gesture, but the reality is it sucks. And with the long development time between Halo 5 and Halo Infinite, and the fact that Microsoft has said nothing about Infinite other than a trailer, although it was the first time we did see it this year, people, again, attention spans of fleas, are moving on to other things, and Halo is losing its place culturally, or already has lost its place culturally. You could debate that amongst yourselves. But the point is, with Halo now in the dark, really in the dark, with the eSports being pulled, with no news about Halo Infinite at all, what do people have to cling on to? The legacy stuff from the Master Chief Collection? Well, if that's the hot thing that the Halo community is demanding and playing, start holding some of those tournaments. How amazing would that be if we had a Halo 2 tournament? I'm not talking about the 2v2 DreamHack stuff. I'm talking about doing a world tour of who is the best at the Halo Master Chief Collection for Halo 3. Why not? Now, I know people might say, well, geez, it costs a lot of money to put on these tournaments and all that sort of stuff. But you got to strike where the iron is hot. You got to actually do something to get yourself out of this rut. And pulling the plug and going dark is not the solution. Again, I'm very upset because to me, I really, really enjoyed the game. I'm really sad that those weekends where I'd sit around and watch a lot of these pro players play is going to come to an end, and that the game is going to really die off. I mean, essentially, with this announcement, they are basically saying we're done, okay? Way before its time, considering games like Counter-Strike have a very, very long shelf life, and Rainbow Six Siege, which started off sluggishly, has really started to expand. Halo could be that game, but if you're not going to invest in it yourselves, guys, who is? So a word of caution, I guess, in that sense. And the other part of it is that, we'll have to see where all this lays out when it's all said and done. After DreamHack is over, what are these initiatives that they speak of, and how great are they? Based on everything I've read, based on the hype level that I can just tell by the official Halo Discord and the official Halo group on the Xbox game, the actual club, the few of us that really care, this is just kind of like the nail in the coffin, and it's definitely very disheartening, and it really kind of breaks the spirit of the game and breaks our fun for it. I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep playing it, obviously. It's a fun game to me. But things like the Halo Legendary Crate, we just started the 3rd season. I did a video on it not too long ago, and it's going to focus on the Noble team. Well, without any Halo eSports or any kind of new blood being brought into the game, at least on a national level, that crate just feels a lot more hollow now than it did. And all the merchandise for Halo 5 Guardians just starts to feel a little less valuable now, and it's really unfortunate. Not that esports are the end of the world, but they're the only way we can really gauge as to whether or not a community is thriving. And, you know, when you have these giant Fortnite tournaments and they fly Ninja out there to play against 99 other people, and they put a bounty on his head, and people are excited and getting into that, then they want to go home and play that game and get better at that game. When you're not watching the pros play, there's really no incentive for you to grind it out. The ranked seasons should probably just end at this point. They mean nothing now. Getting a platinum or an onyx really means nothing anymore. And that's just kind of the state of the game. I guess they've just said enough's enough. Maybe they feel like they've lost too much money. Maybe they're not happy with the numbers they see. But this is a very, very important thing. And even going back to that news article or the blog post, they basically threaten us. We're eager to kick this off, but we're going to be keeping a close eye on it, and we will continue to evaluate based on, it'd be largely dependent and based on how well this tournament is. So they're basically saying, you know, if we're not getting stratospheric numbers, apparently they feel the 20 or 25,000 of us that still watch during the eSports finals at least aren't high enough numbers, they're going to take away our toy. Well, that's a really good way to build up fans, too, is to, you know, piss off your audience and basically say, you know, we need more of you guys. It's not worth it. At least that's the way I look at this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm jaded. Maybe I'm just disappointed. And maybe all those things. I don't know. I don't really know how I feel, but I feel like I needed to say something on it. And I wanted to bring this news to the forefront. And, you know, this will probably be one of my lower rated videos, but I don't care. These are the ones that I'm passionate about. And I'm still a huge Halo fan. I still love playing the game, but man, you know, it's kind of feels like the powers that be, the developers behind all this, have kind of abandoned us, and that's unfortunate. So with that, I'm going to end the video here. I got another exciting video tomorrow, something very, very different, something I haven't done in a while. Looking forward to that, so stay tuned if you made it this far. If you like what you heard, please consider commenting, rating, and subscribing. Let the guys at Halo know what you think on Twitter. Go to the official Discord. Go in the Xbox chat. I know the 343 guys do actively monitor and look at that stuff. I don't know how much of this is a decision from 343 and how much of it was a decision from the Halo Championship Series proper in conjunction with the MLG. Not really sure about that, but what I am sure of is that it's time to end this video. So with that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.